Hey, yo, man, the moment we've all been waiting for. Man, two of the Titans are about to face off. Man, this is Shit Talk presented by Dude Wipes. We have Uncle Skoob and Nasir Core. On my right, we have Devin Alab. Man, this is like what the epitome, in my opinion at least, of what YouTube basketball, street ball, whatever you want to call it. These are two people that like there's no way you don't know these two people. You know what I'm saying? And you know that like they've been around kicking ass for a long time. So like this is like battle of the ages, man. What you think about this right now?
It's something that I feel it's deserving of happening. And the fact that these guys came together and played when there's no other people, Bruce pointed this out, there's nobody else that's 30 and 0 is perfect for the scene, is good for the culture. I also believe that um it's better matched than what people think.
For sure.
So we'll see. Only time will tell.
I said this on live. I think Bruce was on there. I said even I mean, I'll use the Kalshi poll. If you're not familiar, man, this game is on Kalshi. But I was really surprised in because I think it was like I don't want to OD it. Let me look at it. I think it was like 80 something percent, 63%. Are you sure?
It was a lot to a little.
It was a lot to a little, and I couldn't believe it just based off of the last time they played. It was like a one possession game. So it's like anybody who's online saying, like, oh, Nas is going to beat the shit out of Scoob. It's like, how can we say that when we actually have a game to go off of? And it was a close game. You know what I mean? Like, I think whenever any game is like a 1-2 possession game, it's a coin toss. You know what I mean? So, I mean, with that being said, these are two of the toughest, fiercest players in this space. So, how do you feel? I feel like we've asked you this a bunch of times, Scoob. You like being the underdog. Like I feel like you've been the underdog in every pay per view, and you've been victorious in every pay per view. So, like, do you feel like you wouldn't want to have it any other way?
I mean, it's not really about being an underdog at this point. It's just about executing what I came here to do.
Do you feel like you should even be considered underdog with just like the run you've been on?
I don't really care. It's never enough, no matter what you do.
Feel that? What you got?
Is this tough for you? I mean, it went from the troll Nas to like just something totally different. And now that you sit at number one, and I'm not really talking about from school's direction. I'm just talking about from the public, from the players. Everybody wants a shot at you. Is it kind of tiring after a while?
Um, I say it's definitely like it's definitely taxing. You know what I'm saying? People always want a certain thing from you, and then when they don't get it. It's everything else because of it not happening. So, um, people evolve, people grow. You know what I'm saying? People take different approaches, and it feel like no matter what I do, you know what I'm saying? It's like you said, it's never enough. So, I just stick to whatever I feel like is right. And then, I can live with my decision at the end of the day. So that's kind of what I've been um just going by. Like, everybody got something to say, but what you want for yourself. And as long as you doing that, you can live with yourself at the end of the day.
I think for me, covering, I want to kind of close this chapter, but for me covering both of you guys in the documentary that we just did, for me, it pulled on a lot of emotional heartstrings. I feel both sides. I feel a lot of different emotions, but did I miss out on anything? Did I feel like do you guys feel like I fairly covered that? Or, I kind of want to close this chapter because I don't want to make it seem like y'all enemies because you're not. You know, did I miss out on anything?
I don't think so. No, I don't know. No.
How you feel after watching it?
I think, everything was covered the right way. I feel like, it was two different views on the situation that happened. And even when I made the decision not to play, I always, anybody that was in the circle could tell you that I called them and like, what you think I could have did, you know what I'm saying? So it was never something that I was like, oh yeah, I'm damn sure right on, you know what I'm saying? So, You know, everybody gonna feel some type of way, like I said. But you know, I made my decision. I'm gonna live with it. At the end of the day,
Do you feel like what's the way I want to word that question? Do you feel like actually I want to say this first. I was having a conversation with somebody and I feel like only in this matchup because there's like uh there was like a relationship pause between the two. I feel like at times this space is almost hella taxing mentally on players and people, and I don't think we don't talk about it enough. Do you feel like after this game you guys can like try to get back to on tour Nas and Scoop Street Stars type shit?
I mean, that was something that we always talked about. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we were just never doing it. It was just, you know, we started getting on contract with Ballislife and Off the Dribble, so we started getting booked so much more and having so much more responsibility. So it was never like because of that situation, we not going on tour no more. That wasn't the situation at all. I feel like, you know, things just happened and it just we for me got busy. So I mean, I don't think like, you know, like I said, I don't think our relationship was the same afterwards, but I don't think our relationship was bad afterward either. Like I just feel like, you know, it was cool. Everything was cool.
Do let's get into the game a little more. Fuck all the violins, Mr. Crab playing violins and shit. Um Scoop, what did you take away from the first time you guys matched up? Is there anything that you feel like gave on this game is giving you like I mean you guys have matched up so many times though, so it's like that one on one. I mean y'all probably played tag team one on one since then and all type of other shit, but do you feel like there was anything that you learned from that game that you like, all right, I understand it now?
I just gotta be better.
And so after the Nesquik matchup happened, I think both of you guys made it very clear. We both played under these situations, these circumstances, and he won and he lost. That it's really no excuse, which I appreciate. But my thing is for you going into this matchup now, it kind of turned into like a little bit of an elbow tap foul fest on both sides because that's what the refs was kind of allowing. So now there's a foul count. Do you think that changes things in any way?
That's me.
Yes, I'm asking you.
I just play the game how the ref call it, man. So, you know, yeah.
What about you?
What's the rule again?
You can explain it.
On the seventh foul, it is shot and ball after that per half. So like in
Shot
reality,
and ball, no matter miss or make.
no matter Mr. Make.
That's not a little OD.
You don't think so? Why?
I don't know. I just feel like, you know, niggas gotta make free throws. I feel like, you know,
I mean, I feel that I feel like this is like a middle ground because I tried five and I feel like I loved five. I feel like seven was like a lot better. I think that some of these games, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen games go an hour and a half long and it just be like it kind of turned into like, oh man, this is hard to watch.
mhm.
Do y'all feel like that is just part of the space and it should stay like that? Or do you think like I think we all kind of learning as we go a little bit as far as like platforms and trying to like give the people what they want, but also not like take away from like what we all love to watch. Do you think if it's not this, what is the middle ground you guys think that keeps the game a little more I don't know, fluid and not just like
I mean, I think I like the bonus situation. I feel like, you know, that takes away from excessive fouling. I just feel like you're not holding the offensive player responsible for anything. I think, you know, it's putting too much in the ref hands when it comes to free throw and the ball back. But at the end of the day, this is how the game got called. This is how the game will get called. So, um, I think, you know, like I said, play the game. The game can go many ways. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the best players can adjust to any way that the game is going. So, um, however the game go, I'm gonna adjust and I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
but it's crazy because I think when you hear it, everybody is like, "What the fuck?" But like, I went back to go look at like there's this I don't want to say the IG name wrong, but there's like a place that watches all the games.
Swish Beat magazines.
Swish Street magazines, they put all the fouls and everything, and like I don't think that there's a game where you had 14 fouls or more. You get what I'm saying? Meaning like 7 per half. So like it sounds kind of crazy, but like 14 fouls is kind of a lot.
Yeah, like by the time you get there, it'll already be exit.
Yeah, but like, I asked him, what do you think? Do you feel like that rule change is taken away from the space, or do you think that it's just like it's uncharted territory, so we don't know what it's gonna do?
I'm gonna really be honest. Like, I don't really pay attention to that. Like, I pay attention to it, but like the rules been changing since I started playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was 5 fouls, and it was 2 fouls in a row. It was 3 fouls. Like, I don't really. You
Y'all
just
play
gotta adjust.
5 fouls and then you get a free throw. That is kind of crazy though. Like 5 fouls and then I'm not
There's a
saying,
three-pointer,
hey, I
too.
ain't gonna say it's crazy because like I respect everybody and like what was like that's culture. I love it, but 5 fouls and then you get 1 free throw from the 3.
It's 5-3-3. Like 5 that 3 that 3. But yeah, it started off 5.
That
Which is crazy, but like I think the drama is why people watch, to be real with you. And, it's not for everybody, right? I see a lot of people talk about this on podcasts. They want this and they want that, but I'm afraid that we make it too soft if we keep changing a little bit too much. But I understand the fans at the same time from a viewing experience, and I can always go back to what Jerome versus Nesco. It was just a fun game, but
right
I've seen him a part of some fun games. I've been a part of
for
some
sure.
fun games where I watch it. I think a lot of people give you unfair criticism because of the New York thing, but you wasn't reffing the game, and you also didn't walk off the game. So I don't know. I just
There's
think we're
gonna
still going.
there's gonna be games like that though, where like, nigga, this was a tough game and it was a dogfight, and we might have reached the foul limit on this game. But like, I really I don't see anybody in this game really getting too far in the bonus where it's like, oh my god, this changed the game. So, um, but I'm gonna get a little back into the matchup. Scoob, would you say you played a lot of games? I think probably more than anybody 1-on-1. Where do you rank Nas as like your toughest matchup? Is there anybody you put over him as like, yo, that was a really
I don't know. I think we're just gonna see after Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to make this better for not only the fans but for the players. Do you guys prefer it like how it is right now, where you have like a long time to build up, or more of a quicker play style where you got to play more games?
I like the build up. I like, going into camp for myself, locking in, being, designated on one target. So I definitely like to build like I think it goes to more then it's like, more your preparation gets involved rather than like, what kind of day it is or what kind of week you had, you know what I'm saying? So if I had like a month out, I know I got this person, you know, as a pro, I'm gonna prepare a certain way. And if I don't, then I'm gonna get rolled over. So that's kind of
And I've kind of watched you grow physically, mentally, spiritually. Like, how was that journey like preparing for these type of games? Just mentally. Because we didn't. I mean, if you remember last time, we had a event, unfinished business, like 4 days before. So now you guys have had a lot of time. How has that process been for you? Like, just spiritually, mentally, physically?
I mean, shit, it's been good. I like preparing. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I just like growing too. I just feel like that's life. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be the same person you was last year, last month. If you're not growing, then you know what I'm saying. What are you doing? So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're the one player that we've seen with preparation. I don't think we've seen you take a L. You know what I mean? So I think that I think me answering the question that you asked them, I like to see players of this caliber at least get to prepare a little longer to play against these matchups because they mean more. And we both know the stakes, you know what I mean? Whether it's like, both of these two dudes are getting paid a shit ton of money, but also, you know, the fans, you know what I mean? They're gonna have their feedback, their input. So I think I like the idea of niggas being able to really lock in. I'll ask you this. I always say I think Scoob is probably the most conditioned player in this space. Or have you been preparing your body to just deal with like a long game, or are you going into it like I got to get this over with early?
Uh, I think I'm pretty conditioned myself when it comes to games. Um, I don't think it's a dramatic drop off or anything. You know, I get tired like everybody do, but I think the tired thing is more like if people get mentally fatigued, and then can't think, can't get to what they want to get to, or can't you know adjust while you tired. So um, I don't think that's never been a problem of mine. I feel like I just keep doing what I'm doing, but not staying complacent though. You know what I'm saying? I gotta still evolve and keep getting better and stuff like that to keep, you know, my streak alive. So I think I just make sure that I'm focused on myself.
And my last question for you guys, like, how much do y'all love this? You know, because I watch you turn up in environments where everybody's betting against you. We have actual money on the line where people are trading against you. You're not the favorite. And then on top of that, everybody can't wait for you to lose. And you guys had a lot of time to prepare for this. How much do y'all love this? Because people are going to be in the gym on Saturday and they're going to be going crazy. You know, what is this like for y'all?
I mean, this shit. This is the only feeling. Like it's only. This is the only time you. This is one experience, a one-on-one experience. You know what I'm saying? Like one experience. I feel like you know, basically, in my room, not literally, but like mentally, like theoretically, I got school, on my wall in a date. You know what I'm saying? And I'm preparing for as long as I'm preparing for that date and for school. So, and then it's like you said, the stakes. The people wanting me to lose, proving them wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then all the allegations that come with the
Ducking.
yeah, the flake, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something to say. And when I just gotta make sure when I pop outside, I remind niggas why, I do what I do.
And then for you, obviously, like kind of same question. It's just you and him. And you control your destiny. You ain't got to pass the ball. You ain't got to do none of it. You just got to put the ball in the basket. You had time to prepare for this. And it's people betting against you again, yet again. How much do you look like? Is this the type of stuff that you live for? Or, you know,
I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory. I can't really put it into words, but like when game time come, y'all pretty much see how much I love it.
perfect.
I got two questions from Discord, one for each of y'all. The one for you is
For me,
one for you is before this game was locked, you were online saying that you wanted a bigger matchup, that this game kind of wasn't like a game in your trajectory. What changed?
I didn't say that it wasn't a game of my trajectory. I was trying to get a big name. I feel like I was coming off a lot of like momentum from the Briscoe game. And then I was just trying to keep elevated. It wasn't nothing about no game that people were saying. I was just wanted to, chase a name, outside the space. I feel like you said, it's a lot of comments and reactions, and people got opinions. So I kind of took heed to some of that. Also, talking to a couple people in my circle, I talked to you. Like you was somebody that we had multiple phone calls about the situation, and you just was like, I think this is something for the culture. So I think you got to me personally had to get back to the culture to play these games that people want to see on the scene. So then we agreed, and I'm doing this one for the culture. I'm gonna do the next one for me.
I feel that. Scoob, they said, are we getting aggressive Scoob or mystic black ghost Scoob?
I think we already Mystic is crazy.
Mystic is
I
crazy.
think we already know
We
what
just
we
gonna
got.
see Saturday. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna see Saturday.
My last question for you is, um, I feel like you win a lot of your games. It's like a long game, which is actually very interesting and like kudos because
I don't think that's true.
wow.
It's not long games. They just get tired.
No, when I say long games, I feel like most of the games, I don't want to say most, I say a lot of games, you kind of slowly start and then it's bam, 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 bam. Like, do you feel like, would you agree?
But is that a long game though?
When I say, I'm saying the
I'm not
long,
trying to like
no, I hear you.
challenge you. I'm just
I'm
saying.
saying the long game, meaning like some people come in and it's like, what's the example? I'll use Dooley for example. I think he was just here and I said when he played, he came in super hot and then it just gradually kind of like started fizzling away versus you. It's like uphill, uphill, uphill. Then by the time we get to halftime or right after, it's like, God damn, this nigga is transcended.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I think we
get
all
you.
agree,
Yeah,
right?
I
You
don't
get
get you.
better like during the game.
Nah. When you said long game, that's what kind of made me think like long games. It's not really a long game. It's just
No, I mean just like the
my
long
games always
game.
finish like pretty quick. Not like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just watch them, but I'm just saying like
Yeah.
it's pretty much a smooth game.
Well, we had
But-
this conversation.
yeah.
You kind of challenged me on the fact that it's not so much about conditioning as it is just about being good.
Yeah. And that's just the excuse everybody get, you know what I'm saying? Conditioning. But how long you got to be in shape for? Maybe you just was not the better man that day, you know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? But
I think in shape though
what
is
you
an
asked me, though?
attribute though.
What
I
did you
think
ask
it's an
me?
attribute. I don't think that like is like if somebody say, "Oh, he beat me because he's in better shape," that is not that's a part.
Nah,
That's
but
like
I
a
think
nigga
it's
who
a
could shoot better.
I think it's a discredit to skill.
You think so? I feel like
Yeah.
that's something because that is something that you have to build. It is not like a
Yeah, but
nigga
it's
can
still
just
a
jump on the
discredit
court.
to the skill to put the ball in the basket.
I
You know what I'm
feel you.
saying?
Because you're
I feel you.
basically saying that it's not that this person is won because he's good. He won because he doesn't get
It
tired.
was because he was tired.
Yeah.
If he was in a little bit more shape, he would have won basically. But
I feel like that's
I mean-
that's a problem for you, nigga. Go
I
get in
mean,
shape.
I'm saying, but it's all right. It's
I hear
cool.
you.
It's
I get what
whatever.
you're saying. But do you feel like in this game, are you coming out like just aggressive from 0 to 0?
I'm coming out to execute one thing. Execute one thing. However it start, however it finish, it's just one thing I'm here to do.
All right, man. Well, that's it, man. Shit talk presented by Do Wipes, man. The main event game, man. Uncle Skoob versus Nas, man. I think that there is no bigger game in this space right now, and I think people should take notes, man. Anybody who calling himself the top guys, this is what top guys playing against top guys look like, man. So, salute to both of y'all, man. Win, lose, or draw, man. Y'all, my top 3 of all time, man. So, salute to y'all, man. So,
And shout out to y'all
Good
for honestly just representing the sport correctly. I think
Facts.
everybody in here would agree to that. Y'all
for sure.
play and y'all, when you guys are out there, you represent not only yourselves, but what we're building this scene to be. And that's toughness. That's, the grittiness. And, I think that more people should take note of what's going on here today. March 28th, nothing more to say. They just got to get out on the court and play. Hold on. No more questions. All right. It's time to see what we're gonna get out of the situation. And I think that whoever wins this game should be number
Number 1 for sure.
one.
Like I said, they're in the top 3. If either one of them win, it's that.
I know they don't care about that, but y'all do. And if School could pull this game out, he takes it
I
number
love
1.
this. I watched.
love it.
I've watched 100. I've been in the space a lot shorter than probably anybody in this room, and I feel like I probably watched more games than probably anybody in this room. So like, this is what 1v1 basketball is
fun,
about.
man.
These two people right here. So man, like I said, salute to y'all, man.
I think also I want to say that like you can get good games without all the drama. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Facts.
like I think a lot of the times people are like toxic driven or you know what I'm saying, like and that's part of it too. You know what I'm saying? But it can be just good bump and be a main event game, or it could be, the storyline could build itself up naturally without,
I
somebody
agree.
trying to like unorganically,
Right.
push a agenda. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this game is a great representation of just good bump. Two people that deserve the game, two people that have worked their ass off throughout the years playing in the space, and not just taking a quick road to a top. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
We had to take our bumps, take our bruises, grind it out. You know, we I'm pretty sure both of us done played for free at one point in our time. You know what I'm
For sure.
saying? And really worked our way up the rank, like not just oh, I talk the loudest, I'm the best. You know, oh, I'm gonna call this person this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anybody can call whoever, but I'm just saying like it's just like just good bump.
I agree.
I,
I've been
Yeah.
saying this. I was just telling him. I've been telling people actually. I think All Star Weekend. I'm gonna keep reiterating. I think that like as platform owners, I'm guilty of it too. I think that we gotta just be mindful that these players are human, and um I think everybody. I know fans. It's hard because fans is just like they just want to see everything toxic. They
toxic
want to make
driven.
it further, and I think at a point it's easy to get caught up with like, all right, if these two niggas get in their face and start arguing, I know this shit gonna do 300,000 views. But like, lately I just been big on like you said, getting to the basketball and just keep it basketball. I think that was why people are like, why the fuck did you put Nas and Lamar on the same team? I'm like, bro, because what y'all want to just keep seeing the same niggas argue until you know what I mean it boil over to something versus like, bro, make this shit great basketball. I don't think, like you said, I don't
Mm.
think that, man, we don't need y'all to like do it's you niggas is all tough. It's natural testosterone, but when y'all get on the court, it's gonna be competitive. And I think that I agree with you. I think that at times we all guilty of like pushing a narrative that isn't just right there pushing itself. Like a Lamar, he gonna push the narrative for himself. You don't gotta do
That's who
that.
he is,
You know
though.
what I mean?
That's who he
So
is. He don't mind like letting everybody know. I said the same thing about Dom, but y'all's my witness. I told y'all I wasn't really trying to pitch you guys as like enemies. There's nothing really there, And with storylines, I haven't told anybody behind the scene, "Hey, I need you to go talk some trash to him," because it's just gonna look fabricated. I don't want nothing to be fabricated, so I want to put this out there. There's nothing that I'll ever do moving on into the future, especially documentary wise, where I'll just make it up. I will tell people, "Hey, look, I'm about to like instigate a little bit, but I'm not about to pitch y'all as enemies." And then on top of that, I think you guys gonna get everything that you're looking for on March 28th out of
for
these two
sure.
because they don't when they get on the court, this is what I think I need people to understand. Just because you talking trash and all this stuff and you competing, don't mean that it need to leave the court. And I think that both of these guys really understand that, and that right there makes it worth watching.
I
March
agree.
28th is worth watching to just see these guys compete. And if it get emotional, if it gets stubborn or whatever, that's just
Hey,
what it is.
the
But they gonna
greatest
get
show
back
on
to the
earth.
basketball.
No,
The greatest show on earth.
it
March
definitely, you
28th.
know what I'm saying? It's definitely a dog fight between the lines, but I just heard it was times that people were saying I predicted a score 30-18 or something like that. I never said no shit like that ever. I never predict the score ever. So we wanted to clear that shit up, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, we just get to the basketball. It don't gotta be no extra, added stuff. It was just keep it basketball and truths. So that's all I gotta say.
March 28th. The greatest show on earth. 1v1 basketball. You've never seen this shit like this, bro. This is like a 500+ pound woman driving a slug bug, bro. You've never seen this, man. Off the dribble, Ballislife, the greatest to do this shit, man.